What's up, 2K fans? Dom 2K on the mic, and today we are doing the 10K Q&A video. We're finally here. Only took me about a lot longer than it should have, honestly. That's probably my fault though. But anyways, regardless, I'm happy to be at 10K. A lot of people on YouTube definitely will probably give out before they get to 10K, just off of what I've seen. For everybody who's gotten really big on YouTube, there's definitely people who stopped at like 6,000, 2,000, 3,000, etc. or whatever. But I'm happy to be at 10,000. And I wanted to do a Q&A. I posted on my Instagram. I was doing a Q&A, and a lot of y'all left questions. And this is actually my second attempt because I did do a recording already where I tried to answer all of them, and it was running way too long. So I've narrowed it down to just questions that I feel are really good and ones that I want to answer. So yeah, that's where I'm going to start. As soon as I queue that up on my phone. So yeah, I got some. All y'all ask good questions. Would love to answer them all. And I'm gonna say the name. I might put the comment on the video. I don't know. We'll see when I get to the editing process of that. So the first question is from Sean_Bolin21. So he says, hey, big fan of your series, and I was just wondering how much time and effort it takes to make storylines and episodes. I could go on forever about the amount of effort that it takes to make these videos. Honestly, it takes crazy amount of effort. At the end of the day, it is just a video game, and I do have fun with it, trying not to take it too seriously. But yeah, the effort, this is just like a full-time job, basically. I'm not gonna lie, it's a full-time job making these. I'm gonna go over just the editing process because I could probably rant about this forever. I'll just tell you what a typical process for one video is. So let's say like this video I'm about to do, this next video that I'm about to do when I'm about to play the Rockets. Okay, so the very first thing is I have a journal that I actually keep that's just like full of Three Kings of New York shit. I might post a picture of it, might not. And it's just full of Three Kings of New York ideas, things that I just, see, and it gives me an idea and I write it down. And yeah, the first thing is usually if I'm not at that journal, because I don't use that journal always, I'll go to the basketball court in my neighborhood and I'll shoot around for about an hour and just try to think up the next story. The stories are connected, obviously, in these videos more so than last year, so I'm taking into account like what I know is going to happen in the future and what is happened already in my series. And I think up what I should put in this episode, think up storylines, if I'm going to have a conversation between the players or not. I think up all of that stuff. After I'm done with that, I usually get home and write the story down, which it depends on how long it takes. Some of the stories are really long, some of them are straightforward, and I write that down. After I write that down, I have to go through and plan what I'm going to show on screen with those videos. And that's become more complicated lately because, it used to be in season 1, I would just have pictures or videos downloaded from YouTube. In season 2, the main difference is I've been creating a ton of stuff. I've been as you guys can see, like I've been a lot more with Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator. I've been in a lot of this stuff lately. So, yeah, I'll plan that, see what I got to do. And normally the videos are already built, like as far as commentary and like the actual scenes that I'm going to show in the video, in the gameplay. Normally I had that stuff built ahead of time because that's a key mistake I had made last year, was not having that stuff done ahead of time. So yeah, then I'll after that's done, after I get done writing it, the next step is just to record whatever I have written down on the video or on the Microsoft Word document. Record whatever I have written down in a voice. Then record and create whatever I need to. If I need to create something in Photoshop, I'll do all of that, take care of all that stuff first, and after I have everything that I need to make the video, I just put the video together. So that's an entire process for one video. And that's why I hate when commentators lie and say that they're putting effort into their videos, because some, I'm not going to call names, but some of them are out here lying to y'all, telling y'all they put effort into their videos. And I could probably make 5 of the videos they make in the time it takes me to make one. So I don't care what anyone does on YouTube, to each its own, but I'm just saying, if you don't actually put effort in your video, stop lying to people about it. Like, other video editors can see straight through your bullshit. So okay, anyways, that probably wasn't necessary for me to say, but next question. I don't really bite my tongue. Next question is why did you start this page? From Jim.nl. It's not even really deep, honestly. In 2013 I was getting ready to graduate high school. This was in March, and I had this habit for some reason, all the way from about NBA 2K, I would say 11, 2K10, 2K11, where I would always save the snapshots. I don't know how many of you knew that, but in replay you could always save the snapshot to your PlayStation hard drive, and I always did that whenever something cool happened. So come to 2K13, just years later, like I started in 2K12. My first screenshot was actually that I have saved is in 2K12, and I had just a bunch of them saved to my hard drive, and I was like, I wonder what these would look like on my phone. So then I took it and took them off my hard drive, put them on my computer, then downloaded them to my phone. And I was like, wow, they look really nice on my phone screen. I was like, I wonder what it looked like in the Instagram crop box. Put it in the Instagram crop box, and I was like, damn, that actually looks pretty nice. And I was like, maybe I should. It just popped into my head like, wow, what if I started a page to put these pictures, where I put all these pictures that I have. And at first, I really think it was called NBA 2K screenshots for like the first hour. So like, I don't know, the people who saw the name, that page when it was named that, like probably aren't even around anymore. But yeah, then it turned into 2K highlights like an hour later, and yeah, that's how the page started. It literally just, I played 2K for a while, and I wanted somewhere to put my pictures, so that's why my Instagram page started. That came before YouTube. So yeah. Okay, next question. Which one did I say I was going to answer right here? I'm just kind of looking at screenshots, and I made a mental note of which ones I was going to do. C_Park24 asked me, how long do I plan to do 2K YouTube videos? And he also put season 3 with a question mark. Honestly, I plan on doing 2K videos as long as I'm on YouTube, which right now, I mean, things happen in life. I can't tell you how long I'm going to be here. Right now, it's infinite. I have no clue when it's going to stop. I don't have a definite date to tell you with that. I would say about the only thing I can answer in this question is the season 3 question, which, yeah, there is definitely a season 3 in the works in my mind. I try to do one thing at a time so I don't overwhelm myself, but I've definitely, the difference between this year and last year is that during season 1, I wasn't thinking about a season 2 all the way into the end. In season 2, yeah, I've been thinking about a season 3 for a long time now. I always have tons and tons of ideas. This could really go on forever, really, as far as like the seasons go, because there's always the way I do my videos, there's just like not really a way to run out of ideas when you have players from different generations talking to each other. Like, there really is no way to run out of ideas with this. So yeah, but yeah, I do have season 3 in my mind. Definitely, I have ideas for it already. For NBA 2K16. Okay, didn't think I said I was gonna answer that. Somebody asked me, why was I a T-Mac fan when I was younger? I was a T-Mac fan when I was younger because I live in Orlando, and obviously the team is Orlando Magic. He used to play for us. As a kid, when you back then anyways, there wasn't Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and all that. So what you really saw was on TV. If you weren't watching sports TV, then you really didn't, you didn't really see the players like that. And obviously I had the Orlando Magic channel, so I used to get to see T-Mac sometimes. But even before that, honestly, before I was watching him on TV, I found out about him through video games. And there was this kid in my 3rd grade class named Jordan Zay, and he had all the NBA jerseys. He had Tim Duncan, LeBron James, and I remember he was wearing one time the Magic jersey with T-Mac, and he had these nice patent blue leather T-Mac shoes, and I remember like, damn, those are dope. So I went to work with my parents when I was a kid. I went to like help my dad build a house or something like that for money, raise myself money to get a jersey and the shoes. And yeah, I kind of got into it through video games and gear. Yeah, and I watched him a little bit because he played for the Magic, and yeah, that's how I became a T-Mac fan when I was younger. It's no deeper than that. I didn't even get to see him a lot, is the funny thing, because like I was a kid, so I was more into cartoons. So most of the stuff I've seen with T-Mac is really from YouTube highlights now these days. It sucks. Like, he's my favorite player. But yeah, it's mostly because I wore his stuff and played with him in the game. I didn't even get to see him play a whole lot as a kid, other than when I went to the Magic Rockets game. I saw him then. So yeah, that's why I was a T-Mac fan when I was younger. Okay, next question. Which one did I say I was going to answer? My bad. Let me just look at this real quick. Okay, yeah. Somebody asked me what made me want to do YouTube. The very first time I actually wanted to do YouTube, me and my friend, his name is Shahil, but we all call him Shaq from down here where we know him. And me and him go way back. I knew him since like the 7th grade, and we're pretty much grown men now. We still kick it. And me and him, we would play NBA 2K13 a lot. This was back when they first added historical teams into unranked matches, and me and him would always do these 7-game series between like, whatever team we wanted. And it would normally be a historical team. Like, I would use like the Run TMC Warriors, he'd use the Sixers. And I remember our games throughout, they would pretty much always all go 7 or 6 games, and they were always like super intense, super close games. And I remember one day I told him, I was like, yo, I'm gonna get some YouTube equipment one day and put these games on YouTube, because like, so people need to see these. Like, they were some dope ass games. I still, they only exist in my memory and his memory, obviously, because they weren't recorded. But yeah, they were really close and really good all the time. So that's what made me that was the first time. I bet I thought I heard something. That was the first time I got the idea for YouTube. Obviously, that never came true. I didn't ever get it for that reason. I got it like a year later. Okay. Somebody asked what's my YouTube name, and yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and nip that in the bud. I don't get why I have an Instagram account where I have like at least 5 things pointing to my YouTube. Like, you first come on my Instagram page, it says in big bold letters, the YouTube link is in my bio. There's a YouTube link there. Every single time I post on Instagram, I say that my YouTube link is in my bio. Click there, and somehow people always wind up saying, "What's your YouTube name?" So, yeah, I don't know. That's just the world we live in. Okay, somebody, Pat, 0, that's a 0, Pat.0 Madley16, he asked me, why did you think of stopping this series in the off season? So he's actually referring to, because it wasn't really the off season, he's really referring to, I'm assuming he's referring to when I was in the Brooklyn Nets series, and I had said one time that I was thinking of not doing a season 2, and really the reason that happened, that whole thing happened, was I was only a few weeks out from college at that time when that happened. I had a few weeks before I went to college, and I didn't live there in my first year, so I wasn't aware that I was going to have anywhere reliable to commentate or anything like that. So, but during the Brooklyn Nets series, it was really good, and I was getting like, 5,000 or 6,000 views in like maybe 2 days or whatever. And, I had to take a break. I was like, I need to go ahead and stop and build some of these games, because when I get to college, I'm going to have something else to do. So, I need to have a lot of this pre-work done. So all I have to do is go in and write the story and finish the video. So I took 2 weeks off to do all that so that I could finish on time. And, in that time, in that 2 weeks, I came back and, I posted the next video, and those views got cut down. Like, it's like half the people forgot about the series in that 2 weeks. And, I kind of blame that on myself. It was, like I said, YouTube was a learning process. And, if I had to handle the series differently before that time, I would have never had to take that break. But, yeah, I was kind of forced into it, or I wasn't going to finish on time. And you saw I finished the day 2K15 came out. But anyways, views aren't everything. I always stress that. But, when you finally start getting recognition for doing something that you're actually having fun doing, you see other people are having fun following along. I'm one of those people that I hate to cover ground that I hate to make up ground that I've already covered. And that's kind of how I felt. I was like, damn, it took this long. Because at that point, it has already been like 6 months. I was like, damn, it done took this long to get, to where I was. And then half of my progress just got erased in 2 weeks like that. And I was demoralized. I was definitely demoralized. I didn't, have a whole lot of motivation to keep going anymore. And that's why I was just gonna finish season 1 and let that be it, because it was demoralizing to make it that far and then half of the progress wiped. Still to this day, like, that still bothers me a little bit. Like, damn, when I look at the videos I make now, it's like these are really getting still relatively little recognition, and I was like, I was already farther in season 1 than I am now. As far as like with the recognition process goes, I was already getting more views back then at the end of season 1 than I still get today. So I mean, it is what it is. I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it. But yeah, that's why. That's exactly why I almost ended after season 1. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep going from there. I just answered these honestly. Alright, so Brian _Espinoza 14 asks, what gave you the idea for the series? And nothing actually gave me the idea. It was really, like I said, the Three Kings of New York is just years of me coming into something special finally. Like I said, NBA 2K9, I would say as early as then is when I started, using custom rosters in the association, and this was no different. For my first year of college, I didn't live on campus, I lived at home, so I kind of had a lot of extra time on my hands. And it was Christmas Eve actually, and I just got back home from the basketball court, and there was I was looking to start an association because NBA 2K14, it was kind of making me mad. Couldn't beat the Hall of Fame computer or anything like that, and I was just bored with the game basically. Only a couple months after it came out, so I was like, I need to get an association going for the year, see what I can do. And for whatever reason, I just wanted to see how much fun it would be to play, in my opinion, the 6 best players in the game. That's probably, I don't know, that varies, but anyways, I was thinking LeBron, Kobe, and Durant are the 3 best players in the game from today's generation. I was thinking the 3 best players from last generation, which is arguable, would probably be LeBron, or Michael, Larry, and Magic. So I took the Knicks, which I'm gonna go ahead and answer another question I see ahead of time. I took the Knicks because I love Madison Square Garden. I love their jerseys. I love the court. Like, who doesn't like New York? So I took New York. for that reason, and I put LeBron, Kevin, and Kobe there. And the Lakers, really what happened there is since I took Kobe Bryant off of the Los Angeles Lakers and put him on the Knicks, it was already open. And Magic Johnson played for the Lakers, so it just seemed right. Have Magic there, and plus I didn't think Larry Bird and Magic looked right on the Bulls, and I didn't think Michael Jordan looked right on the Celtics. It just didn't seem. And plus I would have had to mess with the rosters a bunch because the Celtics have Rondo, the Bulls have D Rose and whatnot, so the Lakers were just open, and that's how that happened. That's how the big three got formed there. And about 3 minutes into that game, I was having a whole bunch of fun. I was like, wow, I should do an association like this with these two teams as the base rosters, like the best ones. So then I quickly started the association, and then this Instagram post actually still exists on my Instagram. It's down somewhere deep, buried from like 2 years ago. And it's a screenshot of Kevin Durant and LeBron in the opening screen on the Knicks, and I was just saying how this game really cheats all the time, so I don't really care. I'm just having fun. And I was like, I wonder how much fun this would be to show on YouTube. And then I got a bunch of comments that said do it. So yeah, that's how the series started right there. That Instagram post. That story's on my website, by the way. I have it written on my website. And yeah, from there, as far as the storylines, like what gave me the idea for that, originally I was just going to scroll past the GM, like every other My GM series does. I was just going to scroll past the screens and show you guys the rosters and show you that everyone has legends, and I was just going to start the series that way. But like the whole day I was planning to do the video, and then I don't know, these ideas just kind of came to me. I was thinking about, originally the first video called How It All Began, I just wanted to do a little small like 30-second intro into my first video. I didn't plan on it being 5 minutes. I got in the shower that night, and then out of nowhere these ideas just came to me about like the sports medicine, and all these different scenes just popped in my head. Like they just came out of nowhere. Like I'm almost as clueless as you as to where they came from. I just kind of have a creative mind. My dad, he has a real analytical mind. My mom has a real creative mind, so that combined just kind of equals me. And yeah, stuff just pops up out of the blue sometimes, and the Three Kings of New York was one of them. So yeah, that's basically where it came from. Nothing really gave me the idea. It just, my brain just kind of put it together subconsciously. That's the best I can really do for you, Brian. I got this question. I kind of got like two questions that ask the same thing, so I'm just gonna read one from expert_Carter. He said, if I had to restart this series and I had to pick 3 different players, who would they be? If I had to restart the Three Kings of New York and say 3 different players that aren't Kobe, Kevin, and him, honestly, now that I think about it, I had a different answer for this earlier. If I was gonna restart, I would actually do Kevin Durant, Dirk Nowitzki, and T-Mac. That's what I would do, and the reason is, some of y'all who've been following me for a while, I've told you all about like basically the predecessors to the Three Kings of New York and what I did before the Three Kings. I wouldn't call it the Three Kings of Dallas because that doesn't sound right, but I did used to play as the Dallas Mavericks in my old associations. I think they survived from about 2K11 to 2K13, and I would always use T-Mac, Kevin Durant, and Dirk Nowitzki in Dallas. And I have so many things I still have to put on YouTube for that. Like I have all those replays saved from when I was a kid. I have replays of me playing the association with those guys. I have pictures. I have it archived pretty well, and I had just the best time playing with those guys. I surrounded them with talent. It was always fun. T-Mac and Durant was not the equivalent of playing with LeBron and Kobe, but it was pretty damn fun, And Dirk Nowitzki, I mastered his step back, that one leg shot he does. I used to kill it with Dirk Nowitzki. I'm not sure. It's been some years since I played with him now, so I'm not sure if I could do that. But yeah, if I had to restart, I would definitely bring my Dallas guys on YouTube. That would have been a lot of fun to do. Okay. Some Ian underscore. Do I want to answer that one? Yeah, Ian underscore Robinson asks, what gives you drive to continue to do the series? Did I say his entire name? Ian underscore Robinson 41. I hope I said that. Okay. Yeah, what gives me drive to do the series? Honestly, that's a good question because it does get hard sometimes. Like ultimately, at the end of the day, this is a video game, and you should only, it's a game at the end of the day. You should do it if you enjoy it and their videos. But it does take drive, and the reason is because these videos aren't easy to make. As much as I wish they were, they're not easy. Everything from the planning. That's probably another question later that I'm gonna have to answer, so I don't want to go into it. But it does take drive because there's some times where I see it even now, like even today, I was just kind of thinking about all the footage I have recorded from this season. I have so much stuff, and it's like I don't have enough time to show it. 2K17 or 2K16 comes out in October. I don't have anywhere near enough time to show all the stuff that I recorded, and nor, honestly, now that I think about it, even if I had time to show it, I wouldn't want to because it's just so many games. This series would drag on forever, really, and I would probably run out of motivation, I would say, to do a story every video, to be honest with you. Anyways, back to the original question. Yeah, what gives me drive? I think it's just the fact that it's something that I like to do. I really think that's it. I do love learning about the history of these players. Like, recently I've gotten really interested in Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell, because those are people, I kind of skated over last year in season 1, which I'm kind of happy about because that gave me something to do in season 2. But yeah, I love learning about the players. Of course, playing 2K is also fun for me too. I think people have this misconception that I sit down and I play 2K all day. That couldn't be further from the truth. However, I do enjoy my associations. I've been doing my associations now, I keep repeating, since 2008, 2009. Like, I've been doing these for a pretty long time now, so I have a lot of fun doing that. And it's a lot of, even though I don't get a lot of recognition, it is fun to think sometimes, like, wow, something I used to do as a kid, now I put it on YouTube and people actually watch it. I mean, it's not a whole bunch, but I mean, it's the fun factor. It's something that I just like to do. Keeping the website and also the programs. Yeah, from the Three Kings of New York, I've actually gotten savvy with some other things. I've learned all these programs, all these Adobe programs that I would have never used if I didn't do this series. I recently got into editing with it. I'm teaching myself Photoshop and I'm getting better at edits. So I also would say that it's my drive to learn those type of programs that keeps me doing this series too, because this series made me better at a lot of things. So yeah, that's basically what I would say. Learning, fun, that's what keeps me driving to do this series. And the fact that I see some people, there's people who do appreciate it, because as much as I don't get a lot of recognition for it, I do occasionally get an email from someone or a kick message or a DM from somebody from thanking me from doing the series, and they just talk about how much they love it. And that I won't lie, that does definitely keep me driven to do it, because there are times where I just ask myself, why am I doing this? Like, this is taking a lot of time. This series takes a lot of time and it gets a little payback. But when somebody says how much they appreciate it, that definitely is a factor in the drive too. So y'all definitely play a role in that. So yeah, good question. Anyways, I actually like this question too. Danny Bevelt, Danny Bevelt, I'm assuming that's his middle name initial. He asked a good question. This means he's been here for a long time. He asked me, on my channel, the first thing you uploaded was this Kobe Bryant tribute mix. What made you decide to stop uploading the mixes and tributes and start the Three Kings series? Yeah, that's good, because I kind of was going to address that earlier anyways. So here's the thing with the mixes. My channel, for those of y'all don't know, you would have to have been here from the very start to know this. I started the NBA 2K highlights, the actual channel, with highlight videos. I had 4 highlight videos. I had maybe 3. I had the Kobe one that's still here. That's the only one that survived. I had the Welcome to NBA 2K highlights video with the Chicago Bulls. I had a My Player highlight video, and I had a KD and LeBron in one highlight video. And the thing that made me stop back then is that was when I just started video editing. I had no clue about anything. I had no clue how to edit. Excuse me. I didn't know how to edit yet. Had no clue what I was doing. I was literally just taking scenes and splicing them together and adding some cool music to it. And what made me transition from that is, honestly, when you don't know what you're doing with editing, like I didn't when I first started. I was using Windows Movie Maker back then. I was really small time, and you get bored really quickly. I got bored with it because after I did Kobe, LeBron, and KD, ironically, which turned out to be the Three Kings of New York, those aren't connected, by the way, those highlight videos. I didn't plan that. I didn't plan to have 3 highlight videos and then start the series. That just happened. But yeah, once you do like those guys, I was like, okay, so who's next? I got bored of it super fast. And had I have known, like, if you watch my highlight video, Pissed Off for Greatness, that was really fun to make, because that's when I knew video editing by then. But back then I didn't know video editing, so I just kind of wasn't uploading to my channel at all back then. I did those highlight videos and that was just it. And this series gave me some stability as far as what to upload to my channel. And in the future, I'm gonna start doing more highlight videos. Like, if you've never seen Pissed Off for Greatness, my highlight video, I would go watch that, because that's a damn good video. I don't pat myself on the back, but that one was one that while I was making it, I was like, wow, this is the shit right here. And I'm gonna be doing more of those, and the reason being, like I said earlier, I have so much footage on my USB drive that I'm not gonna be able to show on YouTube. I feel like the only way I'm gonna be able to pay respect to it is to have a really nice highlight video. And I'm even better right now. I've learned more right now than I did when I was doing Pissed Off for Greatness. So y'all can expect some more highlight videos unless something comes up. I really do definitely plan to expand with that. But yeah, that's why I stopped, because I got bored of those really fast. After I did the 3 superstars, I didn't know what to do next. But now that I do this series, and footage basically falls in my lap, I don't have to just go out and fake it to make a highlight video. You know, I could do those more. Let's see, who is next? I'm kind of just looking at these screenshots. I made a mental note of the ones I wanted to answer, so my bad. Oh, this is a creative question. NA_24. If you could build your ultimate starting 5 of all time, who would be on it? Yeah, if I could build a starting 5, you know, I'm gonna do this one on the fly. You know, if I could build a starting 5 of any players, I would say, honestly, you would have to give me Magic Johnson at the point guard. You know, he's 6'9". He can play any position. He passes really good, and that's what I want my point guard to do. You know, it's good when your point guard can score also, but I want my point guard to be throwing some nice passes. So give me Magic Johnson at the point. Of course, I'm going Michael Jordan at the shooting guard. You know, I love you, Kobe, but, you know, Mike's my guy at shooting guard. Got to go LeBron at small forward. You know, a lot of people hate LeBron and, you know, want to say he's not the greatest small forward of all time. Yes, he is. Stop lying to yourself. It's time to accept it. It's time to accept it, man. It might be a little bit redundant to have LeBron and Johnson on the floor at the same time, because LeBron, you know, he distributes the ball as much as Johnson, but LeBron, he can score a lot too. That's the thing. You know, he doesn't just pass. He has a great scoring side to him too. He can go off for 40 when he feels like. So give me LeBron at small forward. And this is where it gets interesting, because you have a lot of options at the big man position. I would have to say at the power forward position, you got to give me Tim Duncan. I mean, you got to give me Tim Duncan. You have to give me Tim Duncan. This dude is 38, still toasting people. So in his prime, yeah, give me Tim Duncan at power forward. And then at center, I'm going to have to go with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar here. No one's perfected that sky hook like he has yet. It's still unguardable. Give me Kareem. And, you know, not to mention, I mean, the guy leads the league in scoring all time, you know, over 30,000 points. Yeah, so give me Kareem. So that's my, you know, I might do a blacktop video one day with that. Magic Johnson, Michael, LeBron James, Tim Duncan, and Kareem. That's definitely my starting 5 right there. Feel free to comment your starting 5, who you would take and why, because I'm interested to see what some of y'all would take. But yeah, that's how I would build my starting 5. I like that question. I wish I would have gotten more like that. Maybe on the next Q&A. Okay. Okay, this screenshot is kind of cut off. Brady_Babin13. I'm gonna try to guesstimate what he said, because he asked me what gives me the ideas for my story. That's about as far as I can see. The ideas for my stories, like I said, they just kind of, well, first of all, it's definitely research is a part of it, because whenever I do a video with a player I don't know much about, I have to research that player, and I have to research what he said about other, like any of the other players in the video and stuff. Do they have any kind of relationship? And then I just kind of go from there. I just invent stuff. Like, I look at what's going on in my series, and I try to invent the story out of that. It's complicated. Like, it's how I think in my mind. It's kind of hard to explain. Let's just say I come up with it after doing a little bit of research. I just come up with this stuff. I don't know where it comes from. You've seen the Brotherhood lately in those videos. The Brotherhood is basically from research. You know that if you've been paying attention, yeah, they're kind of from research. Yeah, this stuff just kind of comes to me, and I put work into it too. Like, I keep a journal with all of my stuff in it. I have like a composition notebook where I just write down ideas like throughout the day. Anytime throughout the day something comes to me, I'll just write it down, and I may never look at it again, but I'm that type of learner that if I write something down, I typically won't forget it even if I don't look at it again. So that's kind of how I come up with the stories, honestly. Studying, research, and yeah, trying to keep it a little bit realistic too, honestly. I think some of the stuff I wrote in season 1 wasn't as realistic, but yeah, it's I don't know, I'm kind of ranting now because I don't have a full answer for you. So okay, I'm almost at the end of the questions, and almost at 30 minutes, so that's good. I've kind of already answered this guy's question about who would the 2 Kings in New York be. Okay, Jack_9T asked, will I ever play my team? You know, I'm not the kind of guy that says never, but at the moment, I don't plan on playing my team. I will say in the future, you know, I do plan on doing more than the 3 Kings New York on my channel in the future. That's part of the reason my name changed from Mr. NBA 2K Highlights to Dom 2K. I guess I should kind of address that here too. You know, you saw that random name change happen, and the reason I did it is because 2 reasons. A, I didn't like Mr. NBA 2K Highlights. I never liked that name after a while. Kind of like Age Away in my series. I hate that name, and it just sounded like something childish to me, so I wanted to change it to Dom 2K. And something more simple. My name in real life is Dominique, so I just shortened it, took the Neek out, put Dom 2K. I don't, you know, a lot of y'all haven't been able to put that together yet, but and also, you know, for when I start uploading more stuff to my channel, it's like, yeah, I'm Dom 2K, but 2K doesn't only make NBA games, and it just sounds a little bit more broad than Mr. NBA 2K Highlights. Like, that's all I play. So in the future, I'm going to be uploading more stuff to my channel. Probably not before 2K16, definitely not, because I have to finish season 2 of this. But in the future, I plan on getting a gaming PC. I want to really expand my horizons in the future. But Three Kings of New York, as far as I'm concerned, will always be around. And oh, my bad. I was just reading the injury report on the TV. It's crazy injury playoffs. Yeah, as far as my team goes, I'm not a big fan of it because, I like my association more. 2K, if 2K ever, decides to fix their servers, I really hope they do, that would definitely motivate me because I don't like to go online and play lag stuff all the time. Then another thing is, I just feel like my team is a more unrealistic version of what I already do. And I kind of like to not be a copycat either, because what my thing is, the videos that I do, they're original, they take effort, and they challenge me. My team videos, no shade on anybody who does my team videos. I'm just saying, for me, that's not a challenging video to make. It's not challenging to play somebody online, put some commentary on it, cut it up and render it. That's not challenging, and I feel like nobody's gonna watch those either on my channel, because I'm already doing something that's more entertaining than that. And I'd fall bored too, because I'm having more fun doing my association than my team. So I don't really see myself doing my team anytime soon, but that could change. We will see. Okay, and yeah, that was basically all the questions. I didn't expect to run through them that fast. That's all the ones I wanted to answer anyways. I guess I could do the last one. Bobby Kaz asked when I'm going to show my old game clips from the past 2Ks. I did kind of touch on that earlier, because I do have on my PlayStation 3 and on my hard drive, my computer, I have tons and tons of replays from NBA 2K, NBA 2K11, 2K12. I have tons of that stuff that I have to get on my computer and recorded. As far as when I'm going to show that stuff, I wouldn't expect that, honestly, until maybe after season 2, because the time that it's going to take for me to get that stuff off my PlayStation is ridiculous. If you know how the old replays work, saving replays off your hard drive, the way old 2K replays used to work, you used to save them to your hard drive and you can go load them up and access them. And I have so much shit that I'm gonna have to go through and record. I don't even have space on my computer for that stuff right now. So yeah, don't expect that anytime soon. I will one day put it out there, because it is pretty cool to see what led to Three Kings of New York. But yeah, as far as those old clips, that's not coming out anytime soon. No time soon, man. But I will get to that though. Like I said, I'm gonna have more stuff on my channel. I'm gonna get to that. Alright, and yeah, and I answered my DM questions first, actually. Yeah, my DM questions were first. So, hey, that's it. That's all I'm going to answer. I would have loved to answer you all, but when I did that, I was running to close to an hour. I went through every question, I was answering it, and I stopped because I didn't want to do this for an hour. And yeah, finishing touches on this video, I just want to say thanks for 10K. It's people might think it's not that big because I have 75,000 on Instagram, but I tell people, YouTube is the one that matters, because getting subscribers is, anybody who works social media like I do knows this. Getting subscribers is 20 times harder than getting Instagram followers. And it's a paradox, because on YouTube they say that to get more subscribers you have to post as many videos as quick as you can. That's a fucking paradox, because it's well, with the videos I make, I can't post a bunch of these in a week. I just can't. Making one of these videos is a beast. If you would see the process I go through, it's like a full-time job making these. So I can't put out a bunch, and therefore subscribers come few and far in between. But yeah, this is a milestone for me. I don't plan on being one of these channels. Like I said, I don't know what happens in life, but I don't plan on being one of these channels that gets the 12 or 13,000 and then they just die off, they stop posting videos. I don't plan on that. I've been playing 2K for a long time now. Since I was a kid, I've been playing 2K, and it's kind of cool to play it in front of people, do what I used to do as a kid in front of thousands of people. Why not? So hopefully the next 10K comes even faster. I'm going to do everything I can to try to speed up the process of the videos. Never going to sacrifice quality, but I'm going to be adding more stuff soon. When I get my own place, I fully plan on having a gaming PC. That's a goal of mine in the future, is I need a gaming PC. That would help my series a lot if I had one of those right now. And yeah, just thanks for 10K. So if you have more questions or whatever, just write them down on the comment section, and then I'll chuck them up for the next Q&A. Maybe I'll do the next Q&A for 15K. Who knows? It just depends on how fast it goes. And yeah, thanks for listening. I'm always open if you want to talk. Like I said, I'm a little bit different than most of the other commentators you'll ever meet. I actually do talk to my fans, whether you know it or not. That's why I have my stuff on my website, 3kony.com. I have my email on there, Kick. Instagram DMs. Like, you can ask people in the comment section, they'll tell you, like, if, you know, most of the time when people ask me questions, I'm answering. So, you know, kick me anytime. If you have a reasonable, I mean, don't ask me how I do something, I'm probably not going to answer that. But if you just want to talk about something, you know, something NBA related, I mean, hit me up, I will probably answer. And yeah, that is it for this video. That is literally all I have to say. So I got stuff to work on tonight. I don't know when this video is going up, but I got stuff to work on, website, all that BS. So I'll see y'all later.